Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. In today's video, I'm sharing with you 3 really easy and delicious dinner ideas, and they're also really quick and easy to pull together because we've had some busy days and I didn't have a lot of time to prepare meals, so that's what I made, so that's what I'm sharing with you. If you like this type of thing, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new so that you don't miss out on my future videos, and let's get started with the first recipe.
Alright, so for this first dinner, this was something super quick and easy. I did not have a lot of time. I'd had a chiropractor appointment on this day, then I did a few hours worth of shopping and errands, so I didn't have a lot of time to get dinner together. So we're just peeling and chopping up some potatoes. You can do whatever size you want, just remember that however big they are is going to help determine how long they take to be cooked in the oven. So we're just throwing them on a lined and sprayed cookie sheet or baking sheet or whatever. Then I've got some kielbasa and we're just slicing that up as well. Now, for the next part, I lost some footage. Well, I didn't really lose it. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I'm just gonna go over what I did really quick. I also added on some frozen green beans, so super easy. Then I drizzled with olive oil and sprinkled on some salt, some onion powder, some paprika, some thyme, and some garlic powder. We just toss that all together, and then we're popping this in the oven at 400 degrees. And I started out by putting them in for 20 minutes. And then when that 20 minutes was up, I just tossed it around and checked on the potatoes to see if they were done yet. And they weren't, so I ended up tossing them back in. I also decided I wanted more green beans, and so I pulled some more out. I knew that the frozen green beans don't take as long as the potatoes, so I just decided to add some more on. We like our veggies and there wasn't enough. You can see my counter is still full of groceries. Like I said, I've been shopping this day, and while dinner was in the oven, I was trying to film a haul. So that already went up last week or a few days ago, however you look at the weeks. Anyways, putting that back in the oven, and I just did it for another 15 minutes. And that was all there was to this dinner. It came out really, really good, very flavorful. And, you know, because the kielbasa is already cooked, this was something that just did not take very long to put together. Great for a quick, just for a quick meal on a busy night. Sorry, stuttering over my words there. Also, if you like this video, I want to just ask if you wouldn't mind doing me a little favor and hit thumbs up below. This really does help me out. It makes such a difference for me. And subscribe if you're new. If you want to stick around and see my future videos, I would love to have you.
Okay, so for tonight's dinner, I'm like really excited. We're gonna be making a bacon ranch fettuccine. Well, I'm not gonna be using fettuccine. I'm gonna use a different pasta. Gotta see what I've got, but I know I don't have fettuccine. But this was not originally on the menu for tonight, but I was watching a What's for Dinner video from Kat, and her channel is Southern Farm and Kitchen. You've gotta check her out. I will have her channel linked and the video where she shared this recipe linked in the description box below. When I saw it, I was like, I've gotta have this. So Kat, thank you very much. We're gonna get to making this. I am gonna switch things up. I think I'm gonna put some cooked broccoli in ours. I was gonna do salads on the side, but I feel like this might be easier. And like chicken broccoli Alfredo, like broccoli goes good with that. This is an Alfredo, but it's a cream sauce. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna go okay. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So I'm gonna get my hair up so we don't have any hair in our food, and we're gonna get to cooking.
So I'm gonna start off by showing you how much I need new knives, because that knife could not cut through the bacon very easily. So I'm cooking up a whole thing of bacon, which I think these were like 10-ounce packages. I think you need a half a pound of bacon for this recipe, which would be what, 8 ounces? And we pretty much used all of this, so whatever. I'm going to just show you the general idea of it, but all of the details and measurements and stuff, I'm linking Kat's channel, so check it out. She did suggest here, I'm using some pasta water there to help deglaze the pan. Check her video out, check out her recipe, and check out her channel because she is just killing it. She always has the best recipes, and guys, I'm not exaggerating when I say this was so good. My husband was just like, so we don't give ourselves regular pasta very often. It's not something we do a lot of. And so this was like a pure indulgence and worth every bit of it. Like, I don't know, maybe it sounds like I'm being dramatic. This was so good. It's gonna take some discipline to not do this very often, but anyways. I'm adding in some ranch seasoning. I will write out the ranch seasoning mix recipe that I use. I'll write that in my description box. And there I am ODing on the dried parsley. The parsley bottle for some reason does not have the shaker on it. I really should have fixed that by now. You'd think after this I would have done that. I should probably go do that. Anyways, I scooped it out, but as a result I scooped out some of the other stuff too. So I'm adding in a little bit more heavy cream. I think I add some more in later too. It just seemed like it was getting a little too thick. I don't know. And then I'm adding in some Parmesan cheese. So this is like a little bit of bacon grease, not all of it, a little bit of bacon grease. We've got some butter, we've got some garlic, we've got some ranch seasoning, we've got some heavy cream. Here I am trying to justify the whole thing by putting in some broccoli. I cooked it in the microwave, or just semi-thawed it in the microwave. I was kind of running out of time. I didn't have time to do it on the stove, which is my preference, and I didn't want to fully cook it, so I put some of it in the pot or the pan and then thawed the rest of it a little bit more in the microwave. Anyways, the broccoli was like huge chunks, so I went and got my kitchen scissors and began cutting them up into small pieces. But this worked out really good. They just kind of finished steaming on the stovetop here while the pasta finished. Then we're just taking the pasta. I didn't even drain it. I just drained it as I scooped it because I was kind of in a rush and I figured a little extra pasta water would be good for this anyway. And then we just tossed this whole thing together. At first I was like, is this enough sauce in there? But it definitely was. And this, oh my gosh, guys. Okay, now we're adding in the crumbled bacon and we're gonna mix that all together. Seriously, my mouth is watering. Check out Kat's channel. You probably already watch her. I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, I'm sending you to her, but anyways. Then we served this up and we topped it with a little bit more bacon and some more Parmesan cheese. And guys, this is amazing. My only regret was that we only had a tiny bit of leftovers that I had for a snack the next day. This was so good.
All right, so for tonight's dinner, we're going to be doing a crock pot shredded beef. I'm not totally sure what we're doing with it yet. I've got a couple ideas. You'll find out. But right now, I'm going to make together something to put on top of the roast. So I've got about 2 to 3 cups of brown sugar. We're going to add in 2.5 teaspoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and then pepper if you want. I will have the original recipe in the description box below. We're just gonna mix this up, and then we're gonna get a roast in the crock pot. All right, so I'm using an I Am Around roast. The recipe calls for a chuck roast, but from what I can tell, it won't make a difference. Got it in my crock pot. I'm drizzling on some mustard. We're gonna do both sides, and then we're going to also add on the seasoning mixture that we made up. And sorry if you can hear my dishwasher in the back, but it is what it is. Then you're gonna wanna put this on low for 8 to 10 hours. I'm getting started a little bit late, so I'm gonna start it on low, but I may have to up it to high at some point. Forgot I'm supposed to add in 2/3 a cup of beef broth. I'm gonna add vegetable broth, and I don't think I'm gonna do quite 2/3. And you wanna try to do it along the side so you're not washing the rub off. I don't know that it needs, I don't know, liquid. It seems like there's probably enough fat from the meat, but I'm just gonna try to follow the recipe. All right, so I'm super out of it today. You're also supposed to add 3 to 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter on top. So again, the recipe will be linked below. I may not be the most reliable source today.
All right, so we let this roast cook throughout the day, and mine, when I went to go get it, didn't come out super shreddable. I'm not sure why, but it did come out really tender and very flavorful. So what we decided to do with it for dinner on this night was make nachos. So we love doing nachos with all different types of meat and different flavors. So we did this one definitely a little bit different, but we just cut this up into really, really tiny pieces, and then we began assembling our nachos. So what we always do, we like to eat straight from the pan. For us, it's just the two of us, so this works out well. So we take a baking sheet, align it with foil, spray it down, and put on some tortilla chips. We love the blue corn tortilla chips from Aldi. We lay down a little bit of cheese. I think we used some Monterey Jack. Sprinkled on the cubed up meat, a little bit more cheese, and then we pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then on this one, we just topped it with lettuce and tomato. Pretty simple. And then I wanted barbecue on my side for the meat, and Jesse did some steak sauce on his, and you could put this directly on the meat if you wanted. But these actually ended up being really, really good. I just love doing things with nachos. I don't know how, but they come out really good. And then we use that leftover meat. One night we just cooked up some brown rice and steamed up some green beans and had that meat on the side. So the meat was very versatile and could be used in lots of different meals, but this here with the nachos was super good.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new so that you don't miss out on my future videos, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks guys.